Guys, it's Saucy Posse here, and today, as you can tell by the title, we are going to be going over the free agency. Sorry I haven't posted in a while. I'm traveling. I'm a kid. I'm going into 7th grade. I gotta enjoy summer while it lasts. But you will be seeing some more videos come out. Just a warning for you. Kawhi has not signed with the team yet. So don't get mad at me. Don't go in the comments and say, yo, Kawhi is signed with this team. Why isn't this team on the winner's side? I'm sorry, but he hasn't signed with anybody yet. When this comes out, he may have, but my guess is he's going to re-sign with the Raptors or sign with the Clippers. There you have it, guys. That's what's going to happen. Okay. At number one, obviously goes to the Brooklyn Nets for the winner section. Signing Kyrie Irving wasn't a surprise to us fans, as Kyrie Irving was no question going there, and replacing D'Lo, who we'll talk about later in this list. But not only was signing Kyrie Irving wasn't a surprise, this guy, one of the best in the NBA, one of the best ever to play, they signed Kevin Durant. I'm sure you've heard about it, about this signing, and this is gonna be huge. I know he's not gonna play next year, but he's one of the best of all time. And we'll talk about this when we get to the Knicks, but man, oh man, the Nets did get lucky. Signing Kyrie Irving helped KD do that decision, and also they signed DeAndre Jordan just to add on with it. If the Nets free agency still wasn't good enough, the Nets were a very good team as they ended up 5th in the East, playing the Sixers in the first round, lost in game 5, I believe, and they played pretty good. They're a team that, for the past few years, nobody has ever talked about being scared of. They were the worst team for most years, and this is huge for them. And I think they're going to be a scary team next year. Okay, the number 2 on the winners list goes to none other than the Philadelphia 76ers. Number 1, they were one of the best teams last year. They were the 4 seed in the East. Won a series against the Brooklyn Nets, then go on to play the Raptors. Played the Raptors in Game 7, lost on the luckiest shot in NBA history. By the way, the Raptors are the NBA champions. 2, they just signed the best power forward in the NBA, the best veteran in the NBA, and filled in a spot that they needed on their team, being the power forward. Their lineup consists of some of the tallest players ever: Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and then you got Tobias Harris, and then you add Al Horford. That is a killer team. Number 3, they got rid of Jimmy Butler. For me, I like that. Tobias is a great player. Jimmy Butler was useless for them. Some games he was clutch, but come on. Jimmy Butler did not play well. Number 4, they re-signed Tobias Harris, which, if they got rid of both of them, it's not the worst of the worst, but they wouldn't be on this list, and they could be going to the losers list. But anyway, next season, they will be very stacked. I won't be surprised if they're the number 1 seed in the East, because that team right there, I will be scared of. Even if I was the Brooklyn Nets, I would be scared of that team right there. Joel Embiid needs help, and putting Al Horford in is huge for him. Joel Embiid can barely run up the floor in the first minute of the first quarter. Thinking about it, in overtime, when he's already played 50 minutes, is ridiculous. This is a great free agency for the Sixers. Number 3 on this list goes to the Portland Trailblazers. They were 4th, I believe, in the West, and beat my Oklahoma City Thunder. Damian Lillard is one of the best players in the NBA. I am telling you, he pops off these playoffs. He is one of the best. He is the best. I mean, I was horrified watching my Thunder go against him. And then they take it into Denver. They win that series, go on to play the Warriors, and then get swept. That's not a bad year. I would have been surprised if they even got to the playoffs. Actually, I would be very surprised. I would be surprised. I was surprised that they won their first round matchup. And now, in free agency, they re-signed one of the better players in the NBA, Damian Lillard, for $196 million. That is ridiculous. But anyway, let's get back to the subject. They are killing free agency. They just signed Hassan Whiteside for a center spot. That is a spot they desperately needed. Yusuf Nurkic being a very good center who could be a six-man on most teams, did well for them. In the playoffs, had Enes Kanter, very hurt Enes Kanter, which would have been decent for them. But adding Hassan Whiteside, one of the best blocking centers in the league, to your roster is huge. He can rebound, he can block, he can offensive rebound and put it back up. That guy is something special, one of the more underrated players. Check out his story. That is an incredible story to look up. But anyway, the Trailblazers are going to be a good team. They have Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, and then at small forward, I am not sure who they're going to start. Maybe Evan Turner, maybe Aminu. That would be a position they probably need to work on. But that team is very talented, and it's a pretty young team. And I like who they drafted. I forget his name, but look him up. He's very good. The Trailblazers are going to be a very good team. Okay, we're on to the losers now. This one shouldn't be surprised. In the New York Times, in the sports section, the first thing you saw would be Nets 2, Knicks 0. The New York battle has already been won by the Nets. It's no question. I mean, you have to give him a round. You have to give the Nets a round of applause. Because we all want that team to be good. But the Knicks, America's team, they didn't get KT. And not only about that, it wasn't a hard fought battle for KD. They literally didn't offer Kevin Durant a max deal. What kind of owner is he? He's the worst owner in NBA history. If you guys are on your couch right now, would you offer Kevin Durant a max deal if you have the money to? Which the Knicks did. They had the money to. I don't care. They didn't even look at the injury reports, which they were able to. I don't care. I don't care that he's hurt. He's one of the best players of all time. I don't care about all of this crap. He's one of the best players of all time. I'm not sure what the Knicks are doing right now. I mean, I feel bad for Dennis Smith Jr. for him to get traded. They got RJ Barrett. That is an upside, but we're not talking about the draft. They did pretty good on the draft. Free agency, they lost Kyrie. I wasn't expected. I mean, nobody wants to go to the Knicks now. I haven't heard one person talk about the Knicks having some sort of chance at a good player other than Stephen A. roasting the Knicks. I mean, this is ridiculous. I can't even talk anymore about the Knicks. They're one of the worst teams in basketball. Hopefully RJ will be something special. I am a big fan of Duke, and it's sad. I feel bad for him. I think that smile on his face was because he was hoping that Kevin Durant would be on his team. I don't know what to say. I think we're going to go to the next team. 2017 right now. You'd be back in the past, and you pulled up YouTube, and you was in the future, and you saw and you saw this and saw controversial. I think